Oh, hey! Snow day. Why, hello, fellow nerds and not. This is Sam, Archer, whatever you want to call it. Out here after a little bit of a nor'easter that kind of took out half the country. But yeah, so thought I would get a little bit of a change of scenery before getting back to the house. And you guys can get a little bit of background on where I'm from. We gotta make a pit stop anyway, so here you go. This is the first I've seen anything plowed in the past 2 days. Thanks, Jersey. A rare sight. It's probably the only train we're getting today. Ah well. It would seem the good soldiers of USPS are open today. Looking at you, Brits. So it would seem that downtown is somewhat managing their foot of snow, which means we're making that pit stop now. Thank you. Nope. Breadcrumbs. I am a fiend. So now that it's been 6 days since that actual snow bit, I should probably get to the meat of this video. This video serves to be a bit of an update on my channel and things that I have going on with Women of Nerf. Not a whole lot is changing with Women of Nerf, it's just I feel like this video is important and I feel that it's necessary to put out so that you guys are aware of things that are going on, at least in the lands of Sam, Archer, so on and so forth. It is 2021 and I feel like everything that should have came for me in 2020 is kind of very slowly but surely really wreaking havoc in 2021. Got some new lighting going on in here up in these digs and hopefully we can come to expand them for future videos. First things first, the state of, at least for me, my YouTube channel. To be honest, I'm not entirely sure and I'm gonna take a quick sip before I get into that. There we go. To be honest, I'm not entirely sure where I'm going with the channel itself. I didn't really follow off of a set schedule or a set, hey, once a week you're gonna have a video, or hey, once a month, like many friends of mine in the Nerf community, they will try to follow to a certain schedule, but I guess with the current world on fire situation, anything goes, right? And I think just with everything that's going on my end, it's hard to say when I will be posting another video after this one. It probably won't be too long. It'll probably be, God willing, a few months. I am getting links, thank God, from Silver Fox Industries. It actually would be easier for me to have a routine and have a schedule, but I think for so many other factors that are of priority right now, there's just no schedule for the time being. So stay tuned. It will come. I just kind of have to figure things out first. Second thing, and this is more what I would like to delve into because I feel like it's a topic that's not too often discussed, or at least it'll lead up into said topic, and I'll tell you what that is. But as of February 2021, this month, things aren't okay. I'm typically the person who has a lot of energy, probably too much energy. And with this month, I feel so physically, mentally, socially, for the first time, not financially, but of every other aspect, just absolutely unmotivated. I'm actually pretty calm about it now, but it really depends on the day and how my mood will be. Like this video, for example. I'm recording this video and this should have been done hours ago so that that could have gotten started in editing and probably had time to put it out sometime this weekend. But now, because I decided to film close to midnight on the 6th, it's gonna have to get all delayed. And then on top of everything else, life that needs to get done and so on and so forth, it's just, it lags on everything. And then for me at least, I feel like I am insignificant in my work, which leads me to being insignificant in my personal life and then feeling insignificant completely. And it sucks because it's not fair to me, it's not fair to my friends, my loved ones, the people who have reached out to me. Thank you. And it's just, I don't know, it's not right. Kind of just looking at it through a new lens in 2021. You know how I said that this year has not been my year so far? Well, your girl got COVID. Yeah. It was one of those situations where I let my guard down and I'm very thankful to have access to testing, but I test like it's a religion. Physically, I'm fine. My loved ones are physically okay, but I want to kind of capitalize on something that people seem to pay more attention to mental health, but nobody's really talking about COVID shaming. I'll leave a link in the description box below, but there are countless articles out there where whether you had COVID or not, COVID shaming psychologically will screw with you, and that in further will mess with the health of yourself, your loved ones, your family, your friends, your community, messes with everything. Just so that you can shame someone else that will in turn make you feel better because, oh, I am taking better measures and I'm not sick yet, but Johnny over there is sick and I'm taking better measures than him, so I'm gonna put him down to make myself feel good. It's awful. Now, I'm not here to say that I am innocent because we've all done it. I'm sure you've done it. I'm sure plenty of people have done it and not realized it. But I just wanted to let you know that if someone confronts you, okay, if somebody comes forward with you and says, hey, so I may have tested positive, I'm gonna go get tested, but I have to go isolate and I just need to let you know. Or worse, hey, I've tested positive, I encourage you to go get a test, but I wanted to let you know what's going on. They're effectively putting themselves in a vulnerable place. When you have to start contacting other people because you've been exposed or tested positive, you're in a very vulnerable place. And a lot of times you don't want to tell that person. Quite frankly, I think that's why in much of the world, a lot of these cases aren't being reported, because if you have a cold, which I still suspect is what I had, but you know, what's done is done. It took me 3 days to get to a contact tracer and tell them what was going on. And it just, that's, I understand what I did. It's just, I guess the whole point in what I'm trying to say with COVID shaming, because I am kind of dwelling into my own situation. So my point is, COVID shaming is real. And when a person has to confront you, especially now as we're getting into the warmer weather and outdoor sports are making their attempts in coming back, at least here in the Northeast, please understand that it's scary. It is a scary place. You have every right to be upset with a human being, but please get your facts first. Get your facts, see how you can help the person, if you can, so that they have the confidence to do what they have to do, what they personally, I think they have to do, and help put an end to this pandemic. I just wanted to let you know that it does exist, and please take it seriously. COVID is obviously a serious thing, but when you go putting somebody down, you're contributing to the problem. So please be a decent human being and just take that into account. I didn't mind so much before on all the expectations and the things that were required of me, but I think after my experience with COVID and trying to get things back into balance on my end, I'm trying to just take a back seat, living one day at a time, you know? You probably should too, so definitely not a bad way to go. It's funny because I just watched The Karate Kid. I'm a big I'm a big Cobra Kai fan, and while I was quarantining, I watched the franchise, and it's a really good movie. If you haven't seen it, definitely go watch that classic. Like, it's good. But they talk a lot about like balancing life in order to be focused within yourself. But yeah, I think I may wait on the next video here until sometime in the spring. I'm still gonna keep active with Women of Nerf. It's kind of my child, so I don't have a choice. I'm gonna keep going with it, and you know, the work we're trying to do. But as far as YouTube goes, it's gonna be on hold for a little while. Some other fixes that I'm trying to do for myself. I'm gonna get a pet. I think that with everything going on, I feel like now is the perfect time. That'll be interesting, having to explain to my landlord in a no pet apartment. We'll see. I'm also trying to work on not taking things for granted. Professionally, this kind of hurt me because I did lose my job back in December, and that had me scrambling for a little bit. I didn't slack off, but I think I worried too much. What's more relevant is the personal effect as well. Nerfers, I feel, are some of the craziest yet most wonderful human beings I have ever met. And I believe that when that involvement was taken away, I didn't realize how much it would affect my mental health, right? I don't think any of us have realized how much it would affect our mental health and where we go from here and what other hobbies that we could possibly think of if hypothetically Nerf was no more. Please don't let that actually be true, but yeah, but you get my point. Even when I did get to Nerf, right, I still didn't feel comfortable posting anything. I still didn't feel comfortable in talking to some of my friends across the country or even on the other side of the world. I didn't feel comfortable telling them because, well, that's kind of lousy because they're in lockdown and all you're doing is boasting. And I don't blame them for thinking that way because we are, you know? Whether we can or not, or we have to quarantine for 10 days or more, the fact is we can't go back to how we were. I don't think it's possible at this point. It's just taking things for granted. It's really gonna be so powerful to just stand with each other, you know, or at least that's what I'm hoping for, to be together and understand that nothing is guaranteed. And yeah, like, whatever was going on with everyone, not just of our community, but when family members are able to get together, or when long lost friends who were supposed to go on vacation, they had to cancel months ago because of a certain situation. I hope people realize how rich relationships are, and that not everybody is able to experience a solid relationship. And that's just, I really want to work on that personally. We're all guilty of it. We're all guilty of just taking things for granted. And I think it's going to be great, but we all have to do our part in making the world better long term. Not for like a year or two or whatever, but like long term, because this could happen again, and that's something to look at. If anyone has any tips or thoughts on anything that I had said, feel free to be honest and give a shout in the comment section below. And I hope to see you guys soon when I'm a little more focused and getting back on the hype, because I miss that. Before my tea gets colder, once again, stay classy, stay awesome, stay calm, because you got this. Take it easy.